Hello class, good afternoon. Welcome to the practical session of computer network. So till now we have completed peer-to-peer communication. Then we have completed the working of hub, working of the switches, then router. Then after that we implemented the static routing to experiment on that by using 2 router and 3 router. So in this, we will be performing dynamic routing using RIP, Routing Information Protocol. So before I proceed further, let me class know. Can you hear me? Yes, quickly let me know. You can drop me a message or you can raise your virtual hand. Thank you. So we have covered what is dynamic routing and what are various type of dynamic routing protocol are available there. So this session in your Blackboard course, this is experiment number 4, but to make you learn the basic, I have already taught you many experiment to make you familiar with the Cisco packet tracer. Yes class, let me know. Are you with me? Come on. Thank you. So let me share my screen with you all. So this experiment is very important from the point. Yes, class, there were some glitch from the Blackboard site. So I'm sharing my screen again, and once it is visible, let me know. It's taking a little bit time due to some glitch, network glitch. So can you see my screen, class? Is it visible? Thank you. So let's start today's experiment. So let me take a note. What is our objective from your course? We will be implementing experiment 4. Experiment 4 is about implementing dynamic routing using RIP protocol. Okay. So what is required for that? Fine. Let's start. So for that we need router. Let me select the router, and this time I'm going to take 4 router 1, this is our router 2 and router 3. Okay, fine, this triangle will be made. Okay, let it be for your easy understanding, let it be only 3 router. Then I require switches. This switch will be connecting to LAN 1. This will be used in LAN 2. This is in LAN 3. Now we need some PCs and devices. PC1, PC2, and in this network also, let me take this PC 2 PC. I think 2 PC is sufficient for our experiment. Okay, I can zoom it in a little bit, but zoom out. This size is fine. Now I want to set up. Let's do it quickly. Now I don't need to explain which cable will be required for connecting our PC to the switch. You already know that by the time. So let's hook up all these devices. Okay, fine. Let me select copper straight through cable. This PC is hooked up with the switch. Now second PC, let's hook up with this switch. This PC, this switch number 2. This PC, this switch number. Now let's connect this PC with the switch. Okay, fine. Again, now I want to connect with this switch with the router. Okay, so which cable? Right, if you told me, replied in the chat box, it is copper straight through. Let me select that again. So this switch, yeah, gigabit Ethernet port is available. I'm connecting it with the gigabit Ethernet port. Gigabit Ethernet port. Okay, fine. This gigabit Ethernet port. Again, I have hooked my PC, switches and router. So what is left? The connection between the router is left. So again, which cable is required? Correct. If you have replied, that is crossover cable. So now let's make connection between first router to the second router, first router to the third router. Okay, this router with this. Now we have deployed all the networking devices. We have hooked up. So we will see how the working of dynamic routing is different from the working of static routing. Till now, any difficulty, class? Is it clear till now? Quickly give me your feedback. And if you have any problem in connecting all the devices, you can ask me. I hope there should not be any difficulty in understanding these all. Quickly give me your feedback so that I can proceed further. Now, next level, that is the most important one. So just we have to think what IP addresses I am going to provide. Let me first take a note of that so that I may not forget. So this router's interface gigabit 0 bar 0, I will be giving the IP address 10.0.0.1. This is the first IP address in NetID 10. Okay, this I will give to this interface gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 0, and the first PC in this network is PC1. So I'm gonna provide that IP address 10.0.0.2. Similarly, for this PC, I will give 10.0.0. So I'm not configuring, don't be confused. Just I'm taking a note so that I may not forget when I configure. So here it is 20.0. Let it be this And the IP for this PC, let it be, this is the second PC, second node in the network, third node in the network. Okay, let me make it visible. This is for gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Okay, now let's think about this. So this network gigabit 0/0, I will be taking 30 net ID as first IP address given to the interface to the router. That will be the default second IP address in the network, third IP in the network. That is fine. Now, so I already explained you that each interface of the router represent one different network. So gigabit 0/1. So what's IP address? Let me take another IP address. Suppose that it is 11.0.0.1. Fine. This is on the same interface. So I will take it as 2.11. Be careful while deciding the IP addresses. We will configure according to this, and if you make mistake, your communication will not take place. So now let me decide the IP address for this interface. Suppose that for this interface I am taking 12.0.0.1. Similarly here, this side it is 12.0.0.2. Let me make it visible. Yes, it is visible now. This interface, yes, very much visible, this interface. Okay, again one interface is still remaining. Let's decide the IP address for that too. And let me think it of another series, that is 13, and here 13.0.0.2. Fine. So I have thought of every IP. Now let me take, this is, I will call it router 1. This I will call it as router 2. This I will call it router 3. Fine. This is my switch 1, S1. This is my switch 2 or S2. This is my switch 3 or S3. I'm not going to name the PCs. You can count starting. This is my PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4, PC5, PC6. Okay. Everything is done. Can we start routing now? Yes, class. Can you let me know whether it is done or something remaining? This is the only node. Don't be confused that I have configured. I haven't configured anything. Just I have only made a note. So let's start from the IP address of the PC1, or let's say the router 1. Okay, fine. I'm starting with PC1. Click on the PC, click on the desktop, go to the IP configuration. Then here, what is the IP? of this PC 10.0.0.2. And what is the default gateway class? In this case, what is the default gateway? You can see here, and you can tell me the default gateway in LAN 1. This is 10.0.1. Correct. Fine. Similarly, let me configure the IP addresses of second PC. This, go to the desktop, go to IP configuration, then type the IP address. Let's do it quickly. Okay. Default gateway for this PC is also 10.0.0.1. Now let me click on the first PC of second LAN. Click on the desktop, click on IP configuration. This time it is 20th ID, network ID is 20. Alright, so let's change it 20. Click on second PC. See, I have already decided the IP address that you can give. This is the third IP address. Right, done. Let's come to LAN 3. Click on the desktop. Same process. This time it is 30. And it is the second IP address. Okay. Default gateway is the IP address of the router. Well, I'm done with the IP configuration of the PCs. Now let's configure the IP of our router. Click on the router 1. These all step of repeating. We have already performed that in our previous experiment, but anyway, just click on the configuration tab. So be careful about router's interface. Okay, so you can go to the CLI or you can work in GUI. I will tell you the equivalent command also. So you can click on enable, go to the CLI, type enable, then configure the terminal to configure this router 1. So what is that? Then you will provide the IP address. So gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 0, this 0 bar 0, this is this interface I'm talking about. Its IP address is 10.0.0.1. So you will give the IP address, then IP address space subnet mask. Then last command we will give no shutdown, means this line should be on. So you can see that this interface is turned into green. There are two more interfaces, gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 1. So 0 bar 1 is connected to the network 12, right? And its IP address is 12.0.0.1. Fine, same process, no shutdown. Then gigabit Ethernet Ethernet 0 bar 2 is on 11.0.0.1. Be careful while giving the IP addresses. Then no shutdown, exit. So you can see all these commands, so that we have given exit command to exit the interface. To work on any interface, you can click interface gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 2. That all you can give here, right? All the command you can see here. right? So enabling the router, then you are going to configure this terminal. To configure this terminal, you have to give the configure terminal command. Then you have to select the interface by typing the command interface gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 0. Then you don't need to hit enter. You have to end with the control Z. Then you type no shutdown. Then finally exit. You can exit from. So similarly, you can work with all the interface one by one. Interface 1, interface 2, interface 3, quite easy. So we have completed configuring our router 1. Let's go to the router 2. So on this interface, go to the config. Interface 0 bar 0 is connected to the network itself, 0 bar 0 bar 1, then default subnet mask, and then no shutdown. So you can see here the change. It is turned into green. Now this interface is on. So let's talk about gigabit Ethernet. Let me see gigabit 0 bar 1, 0 bar 1. It is on net ID 12. Okay, fine. So what if I give some invalid IP address? So you will receive a warning message. So IP address is 12.0.0.2, not 1. 1 on this interface is already assigned on this network. So you cannot take the duplicate. No. Here you can see this line is also now gigabit 0 bar 2 is remaining. If I give one more command, it will. Okay, now which interface is remaining? Let me check. 0 bar 2 is remaining. Gigabit 0 bar 2 is remaining. Okay, what IP address I have decided for that? I have decided for that 13.0.0.1. Then no shutdown. Let's close it. Now I have worked with configuring router 2, but on router 2 you can see that two interfaces are on, whereas one interface is still red. That means that is not turned on. Okay, this is turned on from router 2. It is connected to router 3 on second interface, so it should be on from both sided. So let me work with router 3. So interface 1, let me select interface 1. Its IP address that had been decided 11.0.0.2. No shutdown. Here 0. Now it's wrong. This 0 bar 0, I have decided it 30.0. So it's incorrect. It will not work. So let me change it. 0 bar 0. See here 0 bar 0. It is, I have decided 30. So if I change, I will have to make changes everywhere. 0.0.1. This time successful. Okay, now 0 bar 1. Let me select 0 bar 1, and this is 0 bar 1, gigabit 0 bar 1. This I have selected. So the IP address here has been decided 11.0.0.2. Let me turn it on. You can see and now 0 bar 2. Select the 0 bar 2, give the IP address, no shutdown, done. So you can see that every line is green now. Can you see that, class? Every line is green. Can we now send information from one network to another network? Let's say this is my LAN 1 CU office at university. That is CU office at Mohali. That's CU office at Delhi. That is LAN 3. So I'm asking one question. Is it clear till now? Now I have to maintain the routing information. I have to configure either static or dynamic. So I'm asking, can I send packet from one network to another? You can reply quickly, either yes or no. Now, is it possible, class, to send packet? Reply in the chat box, either yes or no. Very simple question for you all. Yes, class? Can you send? Reply in the chat box what you are waiting for. I'm simply asking, can you send packet from one network to another? Chandu is saying yes. What about other? Let me create a poll. You are not responding, that's why. Can we now send packets from one network to another? Let me record your response. I have posted the poll question. I hope it will be visible on your screen. Yes. Now the poll is visible on your screen. Yes, class, I am waiting for your response. So this is one of the complex configuration that we have done successfully only because we have taken a note of each and every IP. Is it clear till now? You can give me your quick feedback by changing your status, class. Is it clear? I want response from you all. Let me show you the poll response. So as you can see, there is, 20 students said yes and one student said no. So this is the proof majority sometimes can be wrong, right? So let me simulate the network. Let me close this, end this poll. I'm facing a little bit issue from Blackboard side. It's lagging here. So I'm going to the simulation mode directly. Clicking on the simulation mode. Just taking a one video. I want to send from source IP to this destination. So this one, suppose that. So let's click me on play. So okay, packet is delivered to the switch. Now it is broadcasted to the router and the other PCs that is directly connected. So now each router will learn about themselves. What is the shortest path? What is the shortest path available? So the packet is, wandering in the same network itself. But here you can say at the router 1, it's not able to decide its path, that is the route. So it cannot be routed because no information of routing is provided there. Which protocol you are using, whether it is dynamic or static, right? So the answer of last poll is no. At this time, you cannot send any packet from one network to another network class. You saw that? Yes, class? You saw that? Why the packet was not sent from LAN 1 to LAN 3? Because the route the route is not decided. You haven't configured the router. Now first you have only provided the IP address. Now I am configuring the router 1. So I am configuring this time as I will configure it as dynamic by using the RIP protocol. So you will click on the router, right? Then there are two options, either static or RIP. So for dynamic, I will be using RIP, routing information protocol. So I have to see which network is directly connected. So this router 1 is directly connected to this network 10. Then it is connected to 11. See here, in dynamic, I'm not giving the next hop. I'm not giving the next hop. So it is directly connected to net 10, net 11, net 12. The router will find its path automatically. So these are some packet that router is sending. What packet it is sending? So you can see the router is learning whether it is outbound, inbound. So I have done with the configuration on router 1. So this is directly connected to 12 network. That is this. Can you see my mouse pointer? That is, this is connected to this network, this interface, and this one. I'm not providing other information such as this have to go to this router 3 via next hop 12.0.0. Now let's do it with the router 2 also. This is the most important part of our experiment. That is, now this time we are performing the dynamic routing. I am on router 2. Just click on the routing option, click on RIP. Then you have to provide the network to which it is directly connected. It is directly connected to this network 20th. Yes, this net ID. It is also directly connected to, it is connected to 12. Okay, 12 network. and it is also connected to network 13. Fine. See, here I am not. See, router are exchanging information in between them. They are learning. It's neighbor. They are sharing some information with the neighboring router. I'm done with the router 2. Now let's do the configuration on router 3. Same process we have to repeat. Just come to RIP. So this is connected to 3 interfaces, that is 11th network, right? It's also connected on 13th network. You can use ping command, you can use tracered command to work in real time. Now I'm done with all the configuration. Here you can see. So what's going on? Every router, this is RIP version 1. So many packets are there in the network. Can you see that class? RIP, ARIP, RIP. Basically, this is RIP version 1. There was 2 versions of this protocol, RIP version 1 and RIP version 2. And by this protocol, can you let me know which algorithm is being used in that? Whether it is distance vector routing or it is link state routing. Now we have done with all. Can you let me know? Yes, class. Now I'm done with all the configuration. Can you let me know? Are you with me? Let me conduct one poll quiz. Let me know whether this is BBR, distance vector routing, or linked state routing. I'm writing in sort 1, 2. This is option 1. This is option 2. Let's For third, I am having a static. Be fast, 1 or 2 or 3. Or you can say none of the above. Here is the poll question on the screen. Be fast, quickly. Select your option. So RIP, I am using RIP. So let me know the RIP, whether it is distance vector routing, a link state routing, or it is static, or none of the above. Be fast, class. Do not take too much time. I want reply from you all. Let me know, are you with me? And after that, I will show you the simulation. So I have 5 minutes. Let me simulate it. There is response from only 6 students. You can see 6 students have clicked on option 1, 10 students in fact. Option 1. Let me close this poll. I'm going to the simulation part. Let me simulate that. Let me simulate that for you so that you can understand. Okay, this time I'm taking one PDU. This is my source and this is my destination PC. Okay, so can you let me know which route it will opt? Either the packet will come via router 2 or it will be directly sent to the router 3. Any reply in the chat box? What do you think in dynamic? Yes, class? Let me know. Yes, are you with me, class? Let me click on the play. So here the packet is sent to switch 1. Then from switch 1 it reaches to the router 1. Now whether it will go via router 1 or 2, no. It directly going to router 3. And from router 3 it's in LAN 3, entered in LAN 3. Now although the packet is delivered, but it will not be successful until the source machine receives the acknowledgement. Now the acknowledgement reached on router 3. So it's taking time as this is the first time communication. So meanwhile, you can have an eye on the event list, what's happening over there. Okay, this time it failed, but let's try one more time. Take a new video. This is my source machine. This is destination this time, and this time it is the green color that represent this current packet. So click, let me increase its speed a little bit and click on the play. Okay, the packet is delivered on switch 1. It's leaving its own network intra. Now it's going to internet working on router 3. From router 3 to switch 3, now the packet is in LAN 3. Now it is delivered to the destination machine. Again the acknowledgement is coming back on switch 3, then router 3. Yes, on router 1 it's returned. If on router 1 return, then it is going to be a successful communication. So class, what will happen? There was an alternate path also. The packet, this time it is successful. There was an alternate path also via router 2, but it didn't opt that path. So it is using the shortest path, best available path. Is it clear, class? So what if I just break this line? I break this line. There is no direct connection between router 1 and router 2. Will still the packet be delivered? Yes, it will be delivered. So should I show this? Suppose that, is it clear, class? Give me your quick feedback how the packet was delivered. Let me know. Are you with me? So in dynamic routing, I'm saying that suppose that one link goes down. For example, suppose that this link goes down. Okay, now there is no connection between the router 1 and router 3, there is no direct connection. This is not connected. But yeah, there is another path via router 3, and there is topology change this time. So let me make it a sender machine and this one a receiver. Let's what happened. Click on the play. The packet is being sent. The packet received on switch 1. You can see many information being exchanged. So what is the reason for that? The neighboring routers sharing their information vector to its neighboring router. Okay, so where it is, okay, first time it may fail after the change in the configuration. This time click on this PC, click on the play, just see the simulation. The packet has reached to the router 1. It is in progress. Failed. Okay, fine. Let's delete all previous messages. Take a fresh video. Click on the source. Click on the destination. Click on the play. Going to router 1. Yes, bingo. Now it has opted the path, another path, the alternate path. It is delivered to the router 3. From router 3 to LAN 3. It has taken the alternate path from router 1 to the router 2. So the packet is returning back. For the acknowledgement, or the acknowledgement is coming back. It is on router 2, then on router 1, in the LAN 1, finally it will be a successful communication. So after a slight change in the topology, first time the packet delivery may fail because the neighboring router are learning about the best route available by using some algorithm. You all know that I have taken in the theory class. So class, that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask me, and do join the next session on time. Before leaving, quickly give me your feedback. I hope this session was knowledgeful for you all, and you learned the dynamic routing by using RIP, that is Routing Information Protocol. Thank you for being with me.